In this video, I'm going to go over exactly the kind of foods that you need to be breaking your fast with. What's going on, everybody? My name is Ryan Johnson from Intermittent Fasting with Ryan. Over the last 11 months, I've lost 60 pounds following an intermittent fasting routine. And if you are new here and interested in sustainable weight loss tips and strategies, be sure to click subscribe now. So I'm going to go over 3 things that you need to keep in mind when it comes time to break your fast. Now, if you're like me and have come to intermittent fasting in search of weight loss, there's a lot of things and a lot of information that you're searching out to make sure that you're getting the most out of your intermittent fasting routine. And one of those questions is, which foods are best to break your fast with? So I'm going to cover 3 things that you need to know. The first thing is you can't let perfection be the enemy of action, right? So when it comes to breaking your fast, I'm going to cover some things to keep in mind, but the most important thing is everything that I'm going to cover in this video is best practice. Now, if you don't follow this to the T, it's not an issue as long as you are still doing your intermittent fasting and hitting your fasting windows. So if you break some of the rules that I'm going to talk about today, that's fine. Just start again tomorrow and start fresh. Don't get so paralyzed with thinking, what do I need to break my fast with, that you get overwhelmed with intermittent fasting to begin with. So that's the first thing. The second thing you need to keep in mind is one of the reasons that intermittent fasting works so well for fat loss is it regulates your body's release of insulin. So when it comes time to break your fast, you want to stay away from foods that are going to spike your insulin levels, things like processed sugars and things that are high in the glycemic index. So I always recommend that you try to break your fast with some sort of lean protein or fat. And again, that's just what you're breaking your fast with. An hour after that, you're free to have any of the carbohydrates or things like that that you want to have. I don't recommend cutting out any types of foods because for long-term weight loss, we need to build in habits that are sustainable, and completely restricting food types, in my opinion, is not a sustainable way to live. So again, you need to have a protein or a fat to break your fast, and then a little later on, you can have those carbohydrates and things like that. Now, I'm going to give 2 recommendations. For me, I'm usually either breaking my fast. If I'm doing protein, I'm doing something like a lean chicken, or I'll break my fast if I'm doing fats. I'll do something like mixed nuts or pork rinds, something like that. It's also important for me, I don't do carbs when I break my fast because I generally have that blood sugar spike and then subsequent drop a little later on, which usually makes me tired. So I try to stick my carbs in closer to my dinner time meal, not my last meal either. I try to do protein before I end my fast. So I'm trying to do my carbs generally around my biggest meal, which for me is dinner. And the third thing that you want to keep in mind when it comes time to break your fast is your body is just now getting back into that digestion period. So you want to eat something that's going to be a little lighter, a little easier to digest, because you're restarting all those processes inside your stomach and digestive tract. So I usually try to keep that meal a little lighter when it comes time to break my fast, and again, eat the bigger meals later on. Hey, so if you've enjoyed this video and are interested in learning more about intermittent fasting, I'm going to leave some videos on the screen now. I encourage you to check those out. And remember, we're not looking to lose weight fast, we're looking to lose weight forever.